Hi everyone, welcome to my video and brand new channel. This is my first YouTube video and I'm really excited. Today I'm going to give you a little information about myself and my channel, and I also wanted to go through my budget for my first paycheck of October. Okay, so a little bit about myself. My name is Yolanda and I'm a zero-based budgeter, and what that means is that every dollar that I earn has a place. I wanted to start this channel to document my financial journey. I wanted to be able to better manage my money and become financially free. So the first step for me to do would be to, one, manage my money, and two, I also want to figure out ways to come up with new sources of income, whether or not that's investing or other side hustles, in order to supplement my income. The zero-based budget was the best option for me to help me with my overspending and buying frivolous things that I didn't really need. I also enjoyed watching a lot of YouTubers and their budgeting journeys, and creating a channel has made them accountable and helped prevent them from straying away from their journey. I'm honored and I'm excited to join this community, and hopefully my channel will be able to help someone with their budgeting journey. I wanted to start my channel off with a budgeting video so that you guys can see how I break down my bi-weekly paycheck. Today we're gonna go break down my paycheck for my first paycheck for October. I get paid bi-weekly and I just received my first paycheck today, October 1st. First I wanted to go, this is my budgeting planner. These sheets that you see I created myself. So first I wanted to go through my monthly spread. So this is my monthly spread for October. I go in here and I just fill out the bills that are coming up, that are due for the month. The first month, usually on the first, when I get my paycheck, I put in my bills. So Verizon usually comes out on the first, that's my internet. And then I usually put in rent and my electricity. Here I have Shopify, and since I get paid bi-weekly, on Fridays I put in my next paycheck as well, and I just put in when I know large chunks of money are coming out of my account. So like here on the 20th, I do Amazon subscription services where Amazon automatically ships certain items for me. I usually do cat food for that, so I don't really have to think about it, and I know that usually on the 20th of every month, Amazon takes out a huge chunk of money from my account. I also like to go in here and document when I have like certain, other than my paychecks, when I get certain like income. So when I sell something on Mercari and it usually takes a week to come through, I usually write it on these Post-its. So I'm actually gonna put these here. I sold something early on, I'm just waiting for the funds to come through. I put it on these little Post-its so that when the funds are actually in my account and not a pending fund, I'll just remove it and put it actually on the calendar. Or like when I do like a cash back from like my credit card, I'll do the same thing, put it on a Post-it and then add it to my calendar when the funds have cleared. And that's what I'm adding here now. So these are just 2 Mercari deposits that I'm waiting for, and a cash back that I'm waiting for from my credit card. Next, I wanted to go through my budgeting sheet. So I get paid bi-weekly, so the first thing I fill in is my paycheck. My other funds is my husband's paycheck. We don't get paid on the same schedule. I think he gets paid weekly, and then he gives me the first paycheck, and then the second paycheck he'll use it for whatever he wants to use it for. But that usually covers our rent and any large expenses that come out at the beginning of the month, the first half of the month. And then next is my bills. So here I'm breaking down a total of $24.11. So I got paid $15.11 and he got paid $900, and in a total of those 2 incomes, it's $24.11. I split my bills in half except for my Verizon bill and my Apple bill. I don't split my Verizon bill because it usually comes out on the first of every month, so that's $80, and then Apple's only $3, so I pay that in full. I also do 2 automatic deposits into my savings account, twice for each paycheck, so that I don't have to think about it, and I'm actually just using the funds that are actually in my checking account. So for my rent, I split that in half, and I'm only budgeting $650 for this paycheck. For my Con Edison, which is my electricity, I usually budget about $150, so I split that and it's $750. Verizon is getting its full $80, and Apple is getting their full $3. Shopify is getting its $49, and then I just break down then it's the automatic transfer from my savings account to my checking account to my savings of $200. So for this, it totals up to $1057, and what I have left to budget would be $1354. After I budget out my bills, I usually go into my debt. I don't have any current debt, so I had paid off all my debt when COVID had started, and I just needed to get rid of it. So that's why I did a debt snowball and got rid of this, which is fortunate. So after I do my bills, I go to my cash envelopes. And I should also mention that for all my envelopes, whether or not it's my cash envelopes, my short-term sinking funds, or my long-term sinking funds, I roll over all the funds within that envelope. So today I'm budgeting out $150 for groceries. For my spending, I'm budgeting out $25. Transportation, I'm budgeting out $127, which is a monthly pass. For laundry, it's $15. Dining out is $15. Entertainment is $10. Toiletries is $20. Miscellaneous is $20. Hubby is $10. That's not his envelope. That's just, like I mentioned, I usually just take his first paycheck, and then his second paycheck he'll keep for himself, because beauty is getting $15. Mom is getting $5. Giving is getting $2. Uber $0. Alcohol $0. And then the Amazon subscription, which I mentioned prior, is only getting $25, and that's just for automatic ship items that I know that Amazon is going to be charging my card for and sending out. I usually just stuff this envelope, and then when the funds do come out at the end of the month, I just put it back in the bank or pay off that credit card. So these, and then I roll over these. So whatever excess money from the envelopes that are within each envelopes, I'll roll over into the next paycheck and so on to build up those envelopes. That's why you see like small amounts. They're small amounts now, because I was able to build up my cash envelopes by doing that, by rolling over each envelope, so that when it comes to budgeting out my long-term sinking funds, I can add more funds to that. So let's say I have laundry $15 and I don't use the $15 for laundry, and then come my next paycheck I add another $15 and I have $30. That's extra funds. When I see that it has $30 in it and I only need $30 for laundry, I can allocate whatever excess money from my paycheck to my long-term sinking funds. So for the total of my cash envelopes, it was a total of $439, and what I had left was $915. And this $915 I'm gonna split between my short-term and my long-term sinking funds. Okay, so next I go towards my short term and then to my long term sinking fund. So my short term sinking fund I use as for like envelopes that I know I'm taking out funds once or twice a month, or short term envelopes, meaning once the envelopes has completed its task, I remove it. So here the first item is my passport. Once I get the $200 to get my passport, I'm probably just gonna remove that envelope. So for this paycheck, I'm allocating $10 to it. Kira is my cat. I'm giving her $60 only because there was extra money from my husband's paycheck, and I just want to stuff her envelope because I'm looking to get her some new furniture, so like her bed, and a new litter box, and those usually come up to a couple of $100. And then I use her pet fund. That's usually what I use to buy her treats. So I do Amazon subscription, automatically ships her food, so I don't include that in her pet fund. But when she wants like her liquid treats or her dry treats, I pull that out of her pet fund. Or if I want to buy her a new toy, I'll pull that out of her pet fund. So these are just like treats and toys. Clothing and that's also getting another $60 only because, like I said, this week my husband's paycheck was a little bit heavy. For clothing, I'm giving only $10. Electronics, I'm giving $10, and that's what I use to just buy ink and stuff like that. Not to make like large purchases like an iPad or a computer like that. Computer, it's just I just basically use it to buy ink, since I'm working partly from home. Home improvement is $10. Life insurance is $5. Dollar Tree is only getting $5, and Hobbies is getting $5. So totaling up all my short-term sinking funds, it was $175, which leaves me with $740 to use for my long-term sinking funds. And I also sometimes use it. I also use this fund for my savings challenges. But for the next month, 2 months, October and November, I'm not gonna allocate any funds for my savings challenges, only because I know for the month of November, end of November, early December, when I'm buying presents, and for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be spending a lot more money. When I looked at my budget from last year, I noticed that in November and December, a significant amount of funds comes from my bank account. And that's something that I would recommend to you if you haven't done a budget, or if this is your first budget. Look at when your account is withdrawing significant amount of funds. I use Chase, and they'll tell me which months they do like a graph, like a pie chart, and they'll tell you which months you're doing excess, or when you spent the highest amount of money, or the highest amount of funds came out of your account. And I just went and looked at those months to see why there are so much withdrawals from that account. So for my long-term sinking funds, I mentioned before that I am doing a journey towards financial freedom, and having just my 9-to-5 job is not enough for me. So I'm looking to alternative sources of income, YouTube being one of them. I also want to look into investments. So I do want to start building that fund. So for this paycheck, I'm allocating $50. I mentioned before that I'm trying to boost up my holiday spending. So like my holiday and my gifts, I'm giving $150 for holidays, which I'm probably going to use for Christmas. Glasses, I'm giving $25. Birthdays, getting $10. I don't have any birthdays that are coming up for the next 2 months, but a lot of my family's birthdays, my husband's birthday, my niece's birthdays, all are in February and March. My sister's birthday, February and March. The only birthday that I have coming up in December is my mom's birthday, and when I do my cash envelope stuffing, you'll see that I already have funds for that. Vacation is getting $30. Hopefully after this pandemic, my husband and I can go on a vacation. We haven't gone anywhere for the past almost 3 years. My emergency fund is getting $50. Via Sphere Ally is getting $5. Subscriptions, which is my Amazon Prime, my security software for my computer, is getting $30. Gifts is getting $20. Level Up, which is my boss envelope, my future envelope is getting $20. Medical is getting $20, and I'm gonna start stuffing more in medical. Only because I've had it in the past where my insurance is not that great, and one of the things where a lot of money came out of my account is because I had to end up paying for a medical bill, which is one of my debts, and it was unexpected. I thought the insurance was going to cover it, and they didn't. So I'm going to start stuffing more money into that. New apartment is getting $100. Black Friday is getting $100. And new car is getting $100. And Support Small is getting $30. And this is just to support if I want to buy something from Etsy. I know there are a lot of budgeters out there, and they have a lot of budgeting items, so like the envelopes. And I know in order for me to stop, to not overspend, and to not spend money that I know I don't have, I created that folder and that envelope, and hopefully I can build it up to the point where I can do a haul and just buy a lot of items. That's also something that I want to do for Black Friday, which is why I put $100 in it. After I buy gifts, and hopefully that covers whatever's in the holiday envelope and what is in my Black Friday envelope, purchase any gifts, I can purchase something for myself. And after totaling all of these up, it totaled up to $740. What left me with an amount of $0. Usually whatever was left over after allocating money to my long-term sinking funds, I'll add to my savings account. But savings challenges, which is my 3 to 6 months challenge, my 52-week challenge, and my 100 envelope challenge, but I'm not doing that this paycheck. The only challenge that I'm gonna do for the month of October and November are my $1 and $5 challenge. And so for those challenges, I don't I don't take money from my paycheck and apply it to there. At the end of every month, the month when I'm going through my envelopes and doing my monthly book closeout, I'll go through all my cash envelopes and pull out whatever ones and $5 bills that are in there, and then whatever's remaining, so 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s, I'll leave those in the envelope. So the 1s and 5s that I pull out, I'll apply those to my $1 and $5 challenge, and then I'll just leave the larger bills in that. Next, I just go through all of these, and I'll just do my cash denomination breakdown. So these are already listed for whatever my envelopes and the cash that I'm taking out, and I'll just break down into the denominations that I want them in. So 20s, 5s, 50s, 100s. Go to the bank, withdraw. I'll put it on a slip. Go to the bank and withdraw these funds, and then I'll just cash envelope stuff my envelopes. So that's gonna be my next video, my cash stuffing for the first month of October. And then after that, hopefully I'll be able to do my second paycheck, and then I'll also show you guys my closeout, so you'll see how I take the 1s and the 5s and I'll apply them to my challenges. Even though I'm not doing the 52-week or the 100 envelope challenges, which I wish I was doing at the moment, in order for me to prevent myself from overspending in the holidays, I don't want to allocate less money to those envelopes. And if in the event that I do have excess funds at the end of the year, I can always apply those to challenges for this year or challenges for the new year, 2022. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thanks again for watching. Bye.